The Euros began with a bang and still firing on all cylinders. This week we have two games to bring to you in their previews. Of course, exciting games on paper. It is Spain versus Italy and the Netherlands up against France. And this is our preview of both games. My name is Ayomide, and this is the Nutmeg on Guardian TV. Great tournament so far. Ifeoluwa Johnson joins me for this one. Two games right in front of us. Starting first, Spain versus Italy, and then Netherlands versus France. And Ife, it's great to have you back on the show.
It's a huge pleasure for me again.
Yeah, now 8 p.m. is kickoff time for Spain, Italy. Two heavyweights, and they've had great starts as well.
Yeah, former Euro winners, Spain winning 3 times, Italy, the defending champions, and it's a clash that promises to be very, very exciting. Looking back at the last match for Spain, seeing the likes of Fabian Ruiz, an unsung hero so far throughout his career.
I knew he was like a standout player for you.
Definitely. I've been watching this guy for a long time, even when he's moved to Napoli, finally getting the credit that he deserves. I hope he goes on to have a very, very good tournament. Man of the match last match.
It's quite clear you have a bias for him, but one man, one very, should we say man or boy, that everyone is talking about is Lamine Yamal.
Yeah.
And he arrived, although he didn't get a goal, but got an assist and then was running things in the attack, especially in the second half. We saw him in full throttle. And he's made history as well. Do you look at the full complement of their squad now, Spain, and you wonder if, is he the top marksman for them? They have numerous options on the bench, but he ran the show against Croatia in the last game.
Well, the 3 of them, talking about Iñaki Williams, Morata, and Lamine Yamal, they formed a very, very deadly partnership. The 2 youngsters, they can play off both wings. But Yamal seems to be getting more of the ball because I think they just sense that he's the creative machine for them, and defenders double up on him when he has the ball. And you could see that he could have gotten a goal, making more history, but he got an assist that last match. So he's the one to watch, talking from the attacking side.
And you have to consider how, more fluid, more direct Spain is under Luis de la Fuente, the coach. We're seeing some precise passing. But not just that, we're also seeing incisiveness in attack as well.
Passing is not new.
Well, go back to the glory days of Spain, the 2008, 2010, 2012, when they had the likes of Xavi, they had the likes of Iniesta, Fabregas, these players in attack. But now it's the generation of Fabian Ruiz, like you mentioned, Rodrigo and Pedri.
Yeah,
they've done a good job, decent job. Scoring 3 in the first half against Croatia, a proper team, and then still maintaining that lead. But you have to look at their opponent now, who are, of course, the reigning champions of the Euros. Italy. And you look at their squad, the starting lineup against Albania, although they came from behind, but you look at the squad they've got, and you say these players are accomplished players. You look from goalkeeper Donnarumma, you look at the defense, you have the likes of Bastoni, Di Lorenzo, Di Marco, you have in midfield Jorginho and Barella, you have also in attacks Scamacca, Europa League winner as well. Now these 2 are coming up against each other, and it's making for an interesting game.
Yeah, it's quite going to be interesting, but it's more, how would I put it? It's going to be like people who are trying to achieve and versus those who have already done something. Now, Spain are the ones who have more established players, though you will argue the likes of Lenormand in the defense and players like Iñaki Williams.
Well, for Lenormand came in for Laporte.
Yeah,
who says maybe Laporte can't return to the starting level?
Well, he can, but the Italian side, they are fielding a team who are, coming off a very, very impressive Euro 2020 win. They had stalwarts in defense.
But the squad is much changed.
Yeah,
from them. But you look at the players they've got too.
From the coach.
What I like about this Italian side is you look at the quality they have in their ranks. These are players excelling right in their own league. Fratesi,
Calafiori,
Jorginho plays for Arsenal, not like a starter all the time, but whenever he's on the pitch, his quality is clear for all to see. Even Calafiori, the centre back, who is being talked about as the new Paolo Maldini. I don't know. Fans do that, but
The guys calm down. The guys do.
But they have the point is they have an accomplished side that can hurt Spain. I do feel, however, that it's the quality and depth on the bench that can, because you flash back to the game, against between Portugal and Czech Republic, and that was the decider. Options from the bench came and decided all 3 points in favor of
Within
Portugal.
5 minutes.
Yeah, so I'm looking at that as a factor now, and Spain seem to have it. Looking at their bench, Joselu, semi-final star in the UEFA Champions League, Dani Olmo, a rising star in RB Leipzig, Ferran Torres. They have quite some names. Alex Baena, assist leader of the La Liga season. Even Mikel Oyarzabal, who is like a very proper starter for Real Sociedad in Spain. So, I mean, it's set up to be an all-time classic. But what score prediction exactly are you looking forward to?
I'll be tilting towards the Spanish to take this one. Looking to revenge Italy knocking them out of the last 2 Euros. So maybe 2-1.
Okay, 2-1. I do feel it produced more goals, but we'll see how that one pans out on Thursday night. And now to, of course, the other game, which promises to be another all-time classic. I mean, on paper at least. It's France up against Netherlands. And the big question mark at this point is if Kylian Mbappe will be fit. We know that he will not be fit to play. I mean, he's broken his nose, may not need surgery. But, we don't expect him anytime soon. Not at least for this game. That's the word we get from the tournament. So now the big question really that's on everybody's lips is how do they cope with Kylian Mbappe? Kylian Mbappe has been an influential player in recent tournaments for France. The recent success they've enjoyed, the Nation League win, the World Cup win, another World Cup final. He's been central, he's been influential. And this is going to be like the first time in a couple of years that they're going to have to do it without Kylian Mbappe. So how do you think they'll fare without him? And which player do you think will step up to, lead them? Because he's been that sort of leader. He's the captain of the team too.
Yeah, well, definitely they have flashback to Euro 2016 before Mbappe even had the opportunity to come back. Well, this is not 2016, this is 2024. The likes of Antoine Griezmann and Olivier Giroud were really, really huge. Were huge impacts for them in those competitions. And even the fact that Mbappe is the poster boy, you don't get to see the hard work that Griezmann and
Olivier Giroud
do. Like particularly for Griezmann, is like the silent, the silent.
As the team is the chief creator of the team.
Chief creator, puts in the hard graft when he needs to make tackles. Even scores when he has the opportunity.
But you look at the last game too, in the game against Austria. Now Ralf Rangnick was able to subdue France. So, and the single most important impact in that game was created by Kylian Mbappe. And that's why I'm wondering now, who do you think can come in that echelon and do a job for France in a big game against a big tournament team like the Netherlands?
Although they were missing Mbappe really, really well, because against Netherlands, the last 2 matches, both of them were in the same group for the Euro qualifiers, and the only time Netherlands lost during that run was against France, and Mbappe had 4 goals in those 2 matches. So missing out on Mbappe, I think this is where Olivier Giroud will come into the starting lineup, and Marcus Thuram will keep his place. We hope.
Yeah, but now let's switch our focus to the Netherlands side. Now they've not done badly, although they had to come from behind as well against Poland. But they had Wout Weghorst to thank for that late goal. And you look at the full complement of their squad. Even from the defense to the midfield to the attack and the numerous quality options on the bench. These guys are looking like, on a good day, they are looking like favorites to win too.
Well, they'll be hoping to finally defeat France, like convincingly. Because, like I said, they were the only one that spoiled their record. They had 2 losses in that run to coming into the Euros, and this is the time where they have to prove that they are actually a top side again into this competition. We all know Netherlands having world beaters there, the likes of Van Nistelrooy, Van Persie, Arjen Robben, and now these are new crop of players hoping to make a name for themselves. The likes of Xavi Simons, who will be hoping to play a key part in this particular attack.
Yeah, Xavi Simons' name.
We just hope Memphis Depay would show up.
I mean, he has to step up, but I don't want to make this conversation about him.
He has been in the squad for.
I think I first saw him in the orangey colors in 2014. That's the 2014 World Cup in Brazil.
That's almost 10 years, and now
it's 10 years effectively.
It just needs to be the talisman that we want him to be. Well, if he does not, Wout Weghorst is there.
There's even Joshua Zirkzee. Yeah. I mean, a remote target for some of the big sides as well. But again, you have to look at why Jeremy Frimpong is not getting a shift or enough time after the season that Frimpong had for Bayer Leverkusen. you begin to question why sometimes managers makes this sort of decisions.
Well, I think in his defense, Ronald Koeman's defense, now coming into the friends before this match, yeah, he played a 3-4-3 formation. So Jeremy Fingers was playing the right wing back, while the Dumfries was playing the right centre back. So he can actually deploy him anywhere he wants. So it's not really a problem.
Okay, it's not a problem, but now let's consider the predictions for the game. I mean, it's I know this one is going to be a tough one to call.
I'm not tilting towards anybody. I think it is draw, 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. I say that I'll go with a draw too. I mean, I feel like with Kylian Mbappe around, it could have been the difference.
Yeah.
But without him, I don't know where the inspiration will come. You never can tell. It's football. It's the Euros, and it's been fantastic. Particularly the game between Turkey and Georgia wowed all of us. I think that's the game of the tournament so far. Perhaps this can replace it and be that one, that big game that we'll all talk about for years to come. But let's also know your thoughts in the comment section about these matches, Spain versus Italy on Thursday and the Netherlands up against France on Friday. What are your predictions for the game? Let us know in the comment section. But that's the full complement of our show today here on the Nutmeg. You can be part of the community by joining us always on this show, and even under content, you subscribe to our channel and you also tap the notification bells to get all our latest content. And thank you very much, Ife, for making me here, and I look forward to seeing you again on the show soon. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.